Welcome, everybody. CJ the Smart Guy with you. And they have a great guest, a fellow Black Bitcoin billionaire, moderator. Check us out on Clubhouse. He mostly does like the scam awareness classes, things like that. He also met with us in Detroit, in Louisville, and in Miami during the Digital Financial Revolution tour of 2021. So y'all, welcome, Black Regal. How you been, man?
Hey, salute, bro. I've been good, man. Looking forward to getting back out there again with you and Ms. Najah, of course, this year.
Yeah.
But last year on tour was dope, man.
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
That Detroit stop. We linked up for the first time. It was a beautiful experience, man. Linking up, seeing all of the people coming out from everywhere across Detroit, all in the one location. And actually getting that positive press, seeing news and cameras out from all over, media out from all over, covering something positive for the community. It's a beautiful thing, man. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Detroit was my first city getting back on tour because I had taken a little break. I had some business to take care of in California. So when I first came back, I seen Najah, I seen the news, the news recorders, right. And the amount of people that showed. I was like, whoa. That was the great experience. And even like in Louisville, like we had like politicians coming out. We had like a whole community. We had vendors set up. And in Miami was the big one. It was just like huge. So
all of those was amazing, man. Being out in Detroit specifically, getting a chance to meet like Miss Natalie also out there. Shout out to Auntie Natalie.
Yeah, for sure.
Big Trust, the homie from Detroit as well.
Yeah, so she charged us up, bro.
Right.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah. So those are people though, man. And just always having like seeing them in real time, that knowing that they like just genuine good people. And the fact that they've learned a whole lot over the time that we've been doing this, putting out education to our community, and then also seeing the rapid growth of Bitcoin investors amongst the Black community. It's like the largest group of people that's investing in Bitcoin right now is a Black community.
Yep.
So it's just a testament to the work that we put in, man. Like real talk. I don't think it's any type of coincidence, and that's not being braggadocious, that you link Black Bitcoin billionaires with those statistics. Yeah, like I don't think that's far fetched at all, or being braggadocious.
Nah.
Humbly saying that, because I mean the work just been put in, and its evidence is all over.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lamar Wilson. Shout out to Isaiah Jackson. All of them guys putting that together and pushing that torch forward, and the whole team as well.
Yeah, for sure. So y'all that's listening, Lamar Wilson and Isaiah Jackson, they partnered together, create the Black Bitcoin Billionaires, mostly on Clubhouse, but y'all can check out blackbitcoinbillionaire.com. Make sure you guys check out the merch. Make sure you check out the different events. Shout outs to Dadu and all the different authors. This is also Dadu's clothing line. So, Stacking Sats is the new Black. That's what that is. So make sure y'all check out Black Bitcoin Billionaire, as well as Lamar Wilson and other authors are the co-authors of Bitcoin and the American Dream. Make sure y'all check that out, as well as Isaiah Jackson is the author of Bitcoin and Black America. So make sure y'all check that out as well. We all try to support each other, support the whole team as well. So this year, you're coming to more than just 3 cities. Talk about that. Like, what's your goal from last year to this year?
Right. Last year I got in. I pretty much did like the Midwest leg of the tour, or like Louisville, Detroit, and I also hit Miami, and it might have been one more, but that was pretty much the Midwest leg of the tour that I was on, and I just love what I saw and the impact it was making. We had already been pushing the education heavy for about 8 months at that time.
Yeah.
And seeing the effectiveness of it all, like how effective and how impactful it's been, and the fact that you seeing it change people, their perspective on investing in real time. Because in our community, what you get a lot of is fear when it comes to parting with money, right? And putting it in an asset, something that you can't necessarily put your hands on, or turn into cash or go and get the cash for like immediately whenever you need it. It's like, no, like we've really made a paradigm shift when it comes to investing just in general, as well as investing in Bitcoin, right? Just that whole understanding and perception of it all. Like, you don't have to have big money to invest. Yeah. Like, you can dollar cost average with $10 when you get paid. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get paid. You don't have, this isn't just for wealthy people. Like, you know, this is something you can do while you're working your way out of debt or those other things. You know what I mean? Like, you spend $5 to $10 in coffee, some people every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Getting that Starbucks. That's money you can be putting into your dollar cost averaging on a monthly, weekly, daily basis. So just like just those small things like that. Yeah. And seeing how it's impacting our people and the fact that they are seeing like, hey, I can actually be involved in this. Yeah. Like, this is something that I can make impact on, especially those people who were getting that education early when we first started, because Bitcoin was only like probably 15,000 at that time. Yeah, it was lower. So they started dollar cost averaging with Bitcoin at 15,000, and you know, it peaked at about 69,000. So they saw in real time over that 8-month period, by the time Bitcoin hit 69,000, that year period, from it being 15, 17,000 all the way to it being 69,000. They saw in real time their portfolio flip, you know, multiple times and have exponential growth. So like, they understand that concept now, especially those people that were there from the beginning. So yeah, man, it's just been beautiful to see. And so I wanted to be a part of that and help push that narrative further for our people, because it's just important for us to be all hands on deck and making sure that our people aren't left behind, and making sure our people are equipped to be some of the number one beneficiaries of this space that's non-discriminative in terms of its network and its system. Yeah. So that part, man.
Yeah, because you had mentioned something, you had said the fear in our communities. Right. And I wanted to address something real quick. And that's like predatory loans, predatory businesses that rip us off in front of our face. Right. Meaning it's not like they're stealing from us or they're robbing us or, you know, anything like that. Is that they're saying, hey, we're going to give you this payday loan and you're going to pay us back 50% worth of interest if you don't pay it back in, you know, 1 week or whatever the terms are. Exactly. It's ridiculous terms, and they strategically put those areas in our communities. Right.
They put those systems and services in our community. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I noticed something. So me being a CPA, I file people's LLCs, and when I file those LLCs, they'll get mail they'll get mail from scammers. You know, basically saying, hey, pay us X amount of money for your new business. Right. And, you know, when I file LLCs, my clients get that. When I file, or when I have like my lawyer file for a patent or a trademark or something, you know, we wind up getting those same type of scams, those same type of spam, all that junk mail where people are trying to rip us off. And I just think, I'm like, wow, in this crypto space, we have the same type of things. Right. You know, we've both had like fake pages made of us and things of that nature. So, you know, from a protection perspective, what would you tell people how to protect themselves in this crypto space?
To protect yourself, I would say, number one, understand that once you have the education, like you and the understanding of what Bitcoin is, what this whole crypto space is, how to maneuver in this space. When I say that, I'm meaning understanding self-sovereignty, how to create a wallet, access your own private keys, your seed phrases, everything like that, and store that information in a safe place. Like, understand you don't need anybody. So when somebody hits you up like, hey, you in the Bitcoin, you in the trade, like I don't have to discuss anything with anybody. Like, nobody's gonna take you to the next level by flipping your Bitcoin, flipping your crypto, all this crazy stuff, man. And that's what people hit you with in this space all the time. Is, you know what I mean? Hey, how was your trading going? How was your investing going? Like, and they've been getting people for a long time, because it's what I call that it's a proof of greed protocol, right? That's what I coined it as.
Proof of greed.
So yeah. So what it is they literally go out and they test people's greed factor.
Yeah.
By hitting them with all these questions. Hey, I can flip your Bitcoin from 5,000 to 6,000, from 6,000 to 60,000, XYZ. They'll tell you anything you listen to. But the people who entertain it, they triggered that proof of greed protocol. Okay, we got somebody who this is actually intriguing because they're engaging me in conversation. Because 90% of the people they talk to never engaged them in conversation. But the people who engage them back, it triggers something like, okay, we got one. You know what I'm saying? And so out of that group, they reel some in all the way to becoming that proof of greed protocol, that block reward. Yeah. You know what I mean? That block reward meaning you just got scammed out of your Bitcoin, you got scammed out of your money, your investment, and you became a block reward for the scammers, man. That's the proof of greed protocol, man. Like, stay away from anything that pushes you towards that greed or anything of that nature, because it's like, you don't need any of that. Like, everything you do in this space, you can do self-sovereign without the help of someone else. I'm not saying you can't have people that are like, there are some people who are consultants or whatever. I do a little of that, but I know we got some other people that do that. Shout out Dr. Shalair. I know Justin Redrick, he does it. But yeah, make sure you got trusted people. If they legit in this space, you can vet them. You can get references from other legit people in the space and find out who those people are. If you want some advice on maybe some techniques you can use, but these are, again, techniques that you can use, not techniques somebody else is using or performing or doing for you. These are things that people can show you that you can do more efficiently or effectively to increase your investment or your success in the space. Yeah, let us make the mistakes and then learn from us, right? And don't make the mistakes. And that's really what you're paying for. You're paying the money so you don't have to make the real world mistakes, right? That I know a lot of us have made, in the past, just random stuff, whether sending it to the wrong wallet or, possibly some people have gotten scammed, sending their money back and forth or through SIM swaps or, all different types of things. And so one thing that you had mentioned was you don't need somebody else. Right. And so to me, like, not needing somebody else represents freedom. Right. And I know freedom is really big. So when it comes to freedom and it comes to the legal or the Regal Liberation, right? What are the association between freedom and the Regal Liberation? Man, for me, like, Regal Liberation is all about, for one, going through the process of discovering exactly who you are. You know what I mean? And mastering that space of being who you are and being comfortable in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? To be whoever you are, wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's really like a deep dive when you think about it. That journey you go on to self-discovery. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we got so many people that make suggestions for us as to who we should be, what we should be, and when we should be it. All these different things, but it's like, there's only a certain amount of things that speak to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in order to understand what that is, you have to block out all the noise from the outside sources, the outside places, and be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? What is it that you do that puts a smile on your face, that brings joy to your heart, that brings fulfillment to you? Yeah. And stay true to those things and move in those spaces and be authentic to that. And you know what I mean? You'll always, in doing so, you will always connect with the right people and make the right relationships when you're being yourself and you're being authentic. Yeah. Like, when you are trying to be someone else, when you're trying to be something that you're not, like, you'll never make those real authentic relationships. Yeah. Because you're not being real and authentic yourself. So, like, those connections that you make won't be real ones. So it's like, that's for me, like, the number one key to success, freedom, all of that is just, man, unlocking the power of you and like being free to be who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. And so that being who you are, you living from that place, that's success already to me in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from there, like everything else out, it pours out from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's the freedom right there.
Be yourself and everything will play out. I know you had said that, and like you're just reminding me of there was a commencement speech that Steve Jobs had. He was the CEO of Apple, and he basically mentioned don't live by dogma, which is the results of other people's thinking.
Right.
And that changed my whole mindset. I wound up having like a poster in my room. It had Obama on there. It had Steve Jobs on there. I had that exact quote. And I wanted to leaving my job in corporate America,
right?
Where I was miserable. I learned a lot. So big shout outs to BNSF. They definitely taught me everything I needed to learn. So I'm grateful.
Right.
But I got these white hairs coming from them.
Exactly.
I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for them.
Right.
And to me, if you're spending your money or your time, your energy, and your health on something that's not like what's really inside of you and what you should be doing, or your purpose, then to me, you're not being authentic to your true self, and you won't reach, you know, your full potential. Because deep down, they already know who you are. You just have to unlock it.
Exactly. Like, and man, that's so facts, bro. That's so true, man. Like you have to live from that real place in order for things to just kind of unravel or be revealed to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because when that happens, you attract the things that are supposed to be attracted to you, the type of relationships, the type of people, the type of things come to you that should come to you when you being who you called to be. You know what I'm saying? When you being authentic and real, the real version of you, the most authentic, realest version of you, you attract everything that's supposed to connect to you because it's connecting to the real. It's connecting to the real you.
Yeah,
it's not connecting to a facade. It's not connecting to something you putting on to be. It's connecting to the very essence of who you are.
Yeah,
and so that's what makes the difference. You know what I mean? That's the power in being authentic. That's the power in making those connections from that place. Is because it's connections that come from the true essence of a person. Rather than the facade or what somebody puts on to be.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
So this next tour, right? I know last year I went to maybe 20, 22 cities.
Right.
This year, from my understanding, we're supposed to be going to like 40, 41 cities.
Right. I think it's like 41.
Yeah, for sure. So I know you've been in some of those meetings. I haven't really been in those meetings. It's tax season. Right. I've been nonstop grinding tax return after tax return.
Right.
1099s, partner, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's too much. But what are some of the differences from last year's tour that we should expect for this tour? Because I know a lot more people are coming this time, and we're expecting a lot bigger turnouts. So what are some of the differences that we may be expecting?
Man, I would say big shout out to that whole team that Najah put together. She put together a phenomenal team. And the city allies, man, I feel like it's a real dope emphasis on being put on the city allies in this year. So what that is, each city we're calling on city allies to come out and support each particular city that we're going to, from LA to Oakland, Vegas, everywhere in between, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Miami. If you in those cities and you want to be a part of the Digital Revolution Tour, you can go to thedfrtour.com and click the drag down bar and click where it says get involved. And you can sign up and be a part of that city ally team. And we doing meetings, I want to say every week on Wednesdays. But once you sign up for the email, you'll get all the information as to when the meetings are weekly. But we really want to push that local promotion and growing the teams locally and making each city and each event in each city as big as humanly possible, because we want to help as many people as humanly possible and educate as many people as humanly possible in each city. And on top of that, there's in order for you to get like some of the things that Najah will have for you during that tour, like there might be some swag bags, there may be some free Bitcoin, different things like that. You have to sign up on a DFR tour to even access any of that. So you can't just pull up to get that. So if you register for the tour for that city, you'll already be on the docket to get that as well. So make sure you tap into thedfrtour.com to get that information.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I think the dates, I think we start May 28th in LA, Leimert Park, and then we go all the way to July 13th.
Right.
Like 41 cities. So yeah, definitely want everybody to come out. Swag bags, man. I'm looking forward to that. I hope I'm on the list and I get some swag stuff for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can maybe throw some Regal Liberation in the swag bag too.
Yeah.
Just to add to the swag bag, man. And, make it as much as it can be.
Yeah, because you got a clothing now.
Right. Yeah. Shout out. It's theregalliberation.com. You can go there. I'm actually doing my first class at the end of this month. And it's gonna be after I get back from Miami.
Okay.
But I'm doing my first class because I do what is called a mentorship and merchandise.
Okay.
So what that is when a person buys merch or anything like that, I'll do one class a month with everybody who bought merch from me that month.
Oh, nice.
And give them some insights into the game and the space. Maybe teach them something that they didn't know. Things like that. So anybody who bought merch in this last month or so, this last 2 months or so, I've been kind of letting it build up, and then I'm gonna just do a class on like soon as I come back from Miami, like that second, third week of April, and drop that on the people. That's part of my business model with the merch is to provide mentorship on a monthly basis, to drop something into those back to the people who supporting. So yeah, man.
I like that, man. It's funny because we all got our clothing lines. We all got our separate pieces. So together we're a collective whole.
Right.
It's it's like the Bulls, right?
Bulls, 6 champs. Bulls, Wu-Tang Clan, all that.
Yeah. And then we each individually have our own like separate thing. But what's cool is like with the clothing line. So somebody buys the Regal Liberation, they gonna get mentorship for like a month.
Right.
If you buy something from the Black Bitcoin Billionaires, they actually have like a contest right now where they're giving out like 100 free Bitcoin conference tickets in Miami.
Man, and them tickets like $1,000.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lamar Wilson. Shout out to the Bitcoin conference and everybody that supported. So everybody that bought merch, right at blackbitcoinbillionaire.com, they are tapped in to enter to get those 100 free tickets. Yeah,
I mean, if you buy some, you might get one ticket. You're not going to get 100 tickets yourself, so you can scalp them.
Right.
But you might be able to get one ticket. You pull up in Miami. I know a lot of Black Bitcoin billionaires. We're all going to be there.
Right.
I know I have an Airbnb. I know there's like at least 2 other people who have Airbnbs.
Right.
And I think we're also going to have like a somewhat mansion party.
Right.
Kind of like last year, but from my understanding is this time we're going to have more control over it.
Yeah. That's needed. That's needed.
Don't be taking your cars and parking on other people's property. Okay. Don't be doing that. Look, Miami, they don't play that. They're used to that every single day.
Don't be sending the addresses out to all your people, man. Cause like, you know, if you ain't get invited, you ain't get a pass, you ain't pay for nothing, man. Like, don't do that, man. Don't just pull up and you know you ain't getting no ticket, man. Like, don't do that. But yeah, man, it was dope though. Yeah, but yeah, we'll do it that way. This go round, I think that'll be, it's gonna be fly, man.
Yeah, business models are important. I know, like, Smart Guy clothing. That's my clothing line.
Right.
I said everybody who had bought, like, it was like the first 100 people who had bought it, I gave them an NFT that would essentially give them a discount going forward for like future services and products.
See, that's pressure right there.
Yeah, anybody who got it, 20% off of any of my services. And so to me, that brings like an intrinsic value on it.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, so it's just cool seeing all of us have like our creativity in the space and, give back in our own unique ways, man.
Right, yeah, and exactly, because that's your way of giving back to people that supported from the jump too. And like you said, it's definitely a intrinsic value because, oh my God, with this Bitcoin space, man, and I might have to cop an NFT off somebody.
Exactly, aftermarket.
Yeah, because I mean, like you look at the idea of somebody getting audited in the space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how much is that? How much of them CPA services if somebody got audited, man?
20% or whatever they save you.
Right. So if CJ gonna charge you $20,000 to get you through an audit. that 20% is gonna save you big time.
Four racks.
Yeah. 4 rack A's. That's
intrinsic
nothing
value.
to sneeze at.
Yeah, that becomes the intrinsic value of the NFT at that moment.
Exactly.
So patience is a virtue, but when that time comes, because I do the Black Bitcoin Billionaires as well as I do like free like Twitter Spaces, Clubhouses, and YouTubes, because the goal is to protect the community. Like before I make any money, my goal is to protect the community because I know the rules, I know their strategies, I know what's about to happen.
Right.
So if I can educate y'all first, it's cool. And so that's why like my prices up front aren't really that high compared to other CPAs.
Right.
They're nowhere near where they can be.
Right.
But I'm telling everybody that now on the front end, because on the back end, once these audits start coming out and I got like 20, 30, 40 people hitting me up at one time, at that point, it's like, I've done my community service.
Right.
I've done it. Now it's time to eat and then feed the people who was on board before.
At that point, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Part. Exactly.
Definitely, man. Like, and you put so much work in and give so much value too, bro. I want to give you your flowers too, man, because you'll pull up in a space and give people so much value that a lot of people will sit on their hands and see people going down the wrong path, knowing they not touching on that tax scene, right? Like, because you could tell just by the conversation.
Oh yeah, instantly.
In our spaces, you could tell just by conversation, like, bro, you finna be in a whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, like people will be really out in public with it too. Like, yo, you can do X, Y, and Z, and they won't even find out that you traded this. Like, bro. Like you can go to the use a decentralized wallet and bro, like they won't, they will, bro.
And meanwhile, they not even realizing that they changed the laws to say that debt collectors and the IRS and all them, they can use social media in order to find people. That law just changed like 4 months ago. So people are talking all this stuff on Clubhouse. They got these, replays going on. They tweeting stuff out. Meanwhile, legally, the bill collectors, the IRS, and all these people who are trying to collect their debts can go to your social media, find all this stuff.
Be like, oh, you had the big bag, huh?
Yeah, you had the big
was
bag.
Talking that big bag talk over there. Like, yeah.
And we see you with your Lamborghini. Where'd you get that from? Oh, you took out a PPP loan for that? Okay, we come.
Man,
Biden
that's
clearly
another
said
setup too, man. Like
the watchdogs are back.
Yeah, bro.
That's
exactly
that. To me, so I seen that and it was just the watchdogs are back and it was everybody clapping. And, from a CPA perspective, all I see
I wasn't doing no clapping. I ain't gonna hold
all I see is audits.
Right.
All I see is, more people reaching out and, me being the person I am, I try to make sure people are good on the front end. Right. So I'm trying to tell people, hey, do it this way, do it this way. So my clients, once those audits come, I already got their stuff organized. It's the IRS's burden to prove that you didn't do it right. And since I've done everything right, I got it all on paper. Those aren't the people that are going to really, involved. They might get audited, but they won't be heavy. It won't be a hammer. It's the people that, hey, they have no proof. They didn't file any of the taxes. They check that box no. On the front page of their 1040 saying they didn't do any crypto, knowing they've done crypto.
And you free Willy out here. You just,
man, those are the people.
Right.
So, okay, so cool. So if there was one thing you want to tell the audience, what would that be?
Man, don't be afraid to be early, man. Like we got to be okay as a people front running spaces. Like it's okay for us to front run spaces instead of sitting on our hands or waiting on other people to tell us it's cool to do this or tell us it's okay to do this. In terms of investing, like it's okay for us to front run a space. It's okay to lead the charge in a space. And I want to give a shout out to our community because that's really, that's exactly what we're doing right now. And the numbers are showing that, and we put in the work to make that a reality. So shout out to our people for not being afraid of front running a space and investing in and just getting involved in this paradigm shift economically that's happening, because like this is the future. Like it's right in front of us. We see it transpiring in real time. Like you got states and local governments and whole countries that are now petitioning and putting it up before their state governments to make Bitcoin legal tender. their countries to make Bitcoin legal tender. So like this thing is happening in real time, rapidly.
In front of our face.
Right. Like this wasn't even a conversation 12 months ago. And now it's a thing. Like it was a speculation 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Like we talked that hyper Bitcoinization, like which means like, you know, the world operating in Bitcoin, things will be priced in Satoshi and all of that type of thing. But it's like, this really where we moving to. Like we can see it in real time, like it's coming.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin as a reserve currency is not far-fetched anymore. You know what I mean? Like countries see what time it is. Yeah. So I just wanted to give a shout out to our people for getting out there and leading the charge in terms of demographics, man, when it comes to investing in this Bitcoin space. So no question.
Yeah, definitely. Because that Russia, Ukraine, India, China, there's so much talk, Saudi Arabia, between gas, like actual physical gas and land resources and Bitcoin. Right. They're all now in the same category.
Exactly.
Which is crazy, man. So appreciate you for coming on. And look,
you already know.
Real quick, you guys. So we did this episode like a while back, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. But you know, I'm an accountant, not a tech person. And so I actually wound up deleting the video or losing it some type of way. I don't know. I think one day I'm going to wind up finding it and I'll be releasing it. But
man, I want to get a copy of that too when you find it, man.
I hope I find it because this is our second time recording. But yeah, appreciate you for coming on, man.
You already know, bro.
It's great having you on. I'm looking forward to seeing you on this next tour.
Already.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we go.